startup. Okay, the reason why digital is important because it is measurable, it is quick. I mean, the power lies in your hand. Okay, you can do anything and everything. Most importantly, everyone is online. Like, people are doing everything online. They're searching online, they're checking their mails, they're playing games, they're doing everything online, on mobile phone, on tabs and laptops, everything. Right. So because of that, this makes, obviously as I said yesterday also, the concept of marketing is that to make yourself available, you need to be popular, right? And to make yourself popular, amongst the relevant set of people, potential customers, right? Now that everyone is online, so it becomes really important for any brand or even a service or a product or an individual, as a matter of fact, to be present, because if you're popular, then only you will be recognized. Simple, right? So let's explore a bit more. Okay, so how do we do this? Okay, so first of all, you all know google.com, right? So from now on, whenever I'll be talking about search engines, basically Google is a search engine. Okay, and whenever I'll be talking about a search engine, I'll be talking about Google, because the maximum number of searches, they happen on Google. So we'll be starting with Google because Google actually is the giant, and any people, when they have to look for anything and they are searching for anything, basically they go onto Google and they search for it. As simple as that, right? So let's say how exactly people make a search. Okay, let's try to find that thing out. So I was saying that from now on, I'll be talking about search engines. So whenever I'll say search engine, basically I'll be talking about Google. Okay, so what is a search engine? Right? Let's try to understand that first. Okay, so what is a search engine? Let's try to understand that first. Okay, so we all know that there's Google, there's Yahoo, there's Bing, and such stuff. And what exactly happens is that whenever we have to search for anything, let's say I go to google.com. Okay, so I come here, and whenever I reach here, okay, what happens is that let's say I'm looking for something. Let's say buy shirts online. Right? I mean, this is just a query that I'm having, maybe, right? So this is how it appears, right? I mean, I get all the results like this, right? Okay, so this is what we call as a so this is what we were searching here. Okay, and this is what we call as a search query. So let's say I'm a user, right? Let's say all of us are user, right? We search stuff, right? So we, as a user, make a search query. I mean, that is what we are actually searching for. Okay, so this is called a search query. When a search query is searched, okay, then across this search query, we get a result. Okay, so we get multiple results like this, right? Now you will see that in some results, it is being shown that this is an image is coming. There's something called ad written here. Can you see this one? Yeah. So this one is a advertisement, right? But these are not advertisement. I mean, they are like normal results. So there's some difference, right? So we'll be breaking it down to understand what is the difference actually. Why there's an image here? Why this is an ad written here? Why is this thing here? I mean, without ad thing. This one is not ad written. Then I was searching for buy shirts online. You might notice that there are some stuff which is actually bold. I don't know if you have noticed earlier or not, but then just try to see this. In the URL here, you see this shirt is in bold. Yeah, this is bold. This online is bold. Yeah, and wherever you will see, so wherever this is bold, shirts online. So whatever I was searching for, it is actually bolded, right? I don't know how many of you actually noted this earlier, right? So we will try to figure out what exactly is this. Then there's something called, this is first page actually. Okay, so like this, we have multiple pages. So if you keep searching, you keep going, there'll be like multiple results, right? Then I'm seeing these results here. So again, these are sponsored. Okay, so if you'll see the information, so based on your search query, right, this is what Google is saying. Google is saying that, hey, based on your search query, we think you are trying to find a product. So that's what is showing me products, like a lot of products, advertisements, right? Now, this is page 2, right? How many of you actually go beyond page 2 or page 3? I don't think so, yeah? So what do you say? Yeah, Akila? I don't think that like majority of you go up beyond page 2, right? Maximum of us, we remain till page 1 or 2. Yeah. What do you say, Matthews? Yeah. Chijo. Jiko. Yeah. What do you say? I don't think so that happens, right? Now the thing is, what we call this thing is called a search engine result pages. Okay, so there are some terminologies that you need to remember actually. I mean, you will remember it immediately. I mean, you will read it so many times. So. Okay. So these are called search engine result pages. Okay. So basically the pages that display search results. Guys, what I'll expect you from all of you is, yeah. So over here, as I was saying, so no one goes beyond these pages. So our idea is, let's say if I am, so we were taking an example of BMW yesterday. So let's continue that example. So let's say if I'm BMW, right, and then I'm coming up with a new product, new car, okay, and that new car I have to launch. Okay, if I have to launch that new car now, my intention will be that my car, I mean, my what, like if people are searching for a new luxury car, or let's say new, whatever the type of car it is, maybe it's an SUV, or maybe it's a sedan, or maybe it's I don't know, whatever it is. But then if people are searching for, let's say, cars, for example, let's say something like this search query, cars above, let's say, 60 lakhs, something like that. Cars in India above 60 lakhs, something like that. So if people are making such a search, if I will be BMW and I'm launching a new car, then I'll want my advertisement to be here, right? Or at least I should be here. I should be present here, this way, somewhere, so that people can find me. As simple as that. Because I know that people are searching about it. They might be searching about it. And if they're searching about it and if they're not able to, find me, then it's something which is not good for me, right? I'm losing business. Okay. So that is what the intention is like. Right. Okay. So that basically, yeah. So that basically makes the concept of search engine result pages very important, right? So we need to be in the top results of SERPs, and that too in the top 2 to 3 pages. So if you go beyond that, right? So then that means that you will not be discoverable. As simple as that, right? Okay.
Right.
Now, not limited space. Right now, the question is that how can everyone be present? Let's say if I'm searching for cars above 60 lakhs, there are like numerous brands actually doing a lot of stuff, right? So how will this thing happen, right? Like, how will I appear, right? So that is what the challenge is, and that is where the digital marketing comes in. This is what the importance of digital marketing is, that we help brands, the digital marketers, whatever you're studying, so you'll become digital marketers, right, later on. So digital marketers, they help brands get discoverable, right, via organic means, right, via organic methods, which is, I'll tell you what that is, or organic methods, or by advertisements. Okay. So I was saying that the idea is that we need to be present in the top search engine result pages, top positions. Okay, either by organic methods or by the advertisements. Right. Now, let's see what exactly that is. So, as I was saying to you that if this is the, let's say, let's go back to the example that we were having, because I'm seeing advertisements for that. Okay. So if I'm searching for, let's say, buy shirts online like this, okay, and you can see that this is the advertisement. Okay. So this basically is an ad. Okay, this is an advertisement. We'll come to that. Don't worry. Just for the right now, we're just trying to develop the concepts. Okay, this is something. For example, this company Tata Click something. Okay, TataClick.com. It's an advertisement, and it works like a normal ad. For example, there's a newspaper. No? So in the newspaper, you read news, but then in the middle there are certain advertisements. Okay, so it is very much similar to that. So you are actually trying to search something, and in between the relevant results, with the relevant results, you are getting some ads also. It's as simple as that. Now the catch is that the advertisement are absolutely relevant. So if I'm searching for buy shirts online now, I'm not seeing an advertisement which is about a car. Yes, get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So this makes it. Don't you think it is? It will make these advertisements far more relevant. I mean, don't you think that I was searching for buy shares online, so actually I need it. Simple. So basically, maybe I'm looking for it, right? So this is what
Right.
the search engine is expecting, and it is not bombarding me with stupid advertisements, which probably I was never interested in. Something that is being done by a TV or a newspaper, right? Or let's say by any traditional media. Yeah. Okay. So
Yes.
this is one of the very important part again, that the search query is display. Sorry, the advertisements are getting displayed. Okay, when someone is searching for something, then the ads are appearing which are in sync with the search query. As simple as that. Okay, so just for the time being, just try to understand that this is a advertisement. So it is written like a sponsored one. It's a sponsored link, and this basically these are called the product advertisements, which will come to this part when we'll be doing PPC, pay per click marketing. So currently we'll not do. I mean, we'll be doing it after 2-3 classes. So don't worry. Currently we'll be starting. We'll be focusing upon the concept of the organic results. So these are the organic results. Okay, organic or natural, or these are the things which are coming up. These are results wherein Jabong, this Jabong.com is not paying any money to Google. Okay, so this is coming naturally. So naturally in the sense, for example, let's say let's say you run a restaurant business. Okay, and tomorrow, so if you run a restaurant business, then obviously you have a physical presence, right? I mean, you'll have a restaurant. And now to promote this restaurant, now you, let's say, just because you know that everyone is online, so how will they search? They need a place to locate you, right? So in the online world, they can locate you with the help of a website. So obviously then you need a website, right? So when people will be searching for, let's say your restaurant is pretty popular for, let's say, continental food. Okay, and let's say it is in Delhi, in India, right? So what will happen is that, so when people will be searching for, let's say, continental food in Delhi, okay, then obviously you will need your website, which is about your restaurant, needs to be there, so that that query match happens, and the person, whoever is searching about you will be able to discover or find you. As simple as that, right? Now this can happen basically in two ways, the way we have been seeing. One, with the help of the advertisement, which is a quicker method. I can actually tell Google that, hey Google, I'm going to pay you money. Okay, and please, please put this tag advertisement there and start running my ads. Okay, whenever people will be searching for, continental food, no, I should be appearing. This is what Akila can do, right? And there's a second method wherein Akila doesn't even need to pay money. Okay, that method is that if her website can naturally appear on search engine. Why will that happen? For that, we need to understand the concept of a search engine. Let's go back again to what search engine is. So search engine has got certain roles and responsibilities, right? What are the roles? What happens in search engine, guys? People go there, people search, and then they get a result across a search query. Okay, so people the search query, and across this search query a result appears. Right now, how many of you use search engine which is not google.com or .co. I mean, which is not Google? Do you use any other search engine? So basically, like to understand it in a better way, majorly, if majority of you are saying that you use Google, and slightly you might be using something else. Now the next question is that why? Like, why do you use Google? Why do you prefer Google? Or why don't you, why you don't like, let's say, Yahoo or Ask? Why do you do that? Yeah, there might be certain reason, right? What do you think?
Yes.
But what is it?
Because Google has so many options or something like that. It have
So
very
that is there in Ask also, or even in Yahoo also. Jiku says because Google results are very simple. What do you mean by simple, Jiku? Just try to make it like explain it better.
Simple means like each person, anyone sees, he can understand what is that, the results.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
it won't be complicated, like many links in nothing. It will be very simple that we can understand it.
Okay. So I think Akhila has no, sorry, Nitish. I think is very close to what the answer that I was expecting. So Nitish is saying Google gives expected results. Do you agree to that?
Yes.
Yes, yes,
It's a good answer, right? So Nitish is saying that Google gives expected results. So something that you yourself were expecting, right? So Google is able to give you that some way, right?
yeah,
And
yes,
this has generated a trust factor, right? Getting what I'm saying? So
Yes.
basically, it's a good answer. They're saying that search engine is giving an expected result. Okay, is giving expected results, right? And on the basis of this, I'm having, let's say, I mean, all of us are having more trust in Google. Simple, right? So, which actually brings us to the conclusion that for any search engine to work, trustability is very important. So tomorrow, if I'm searching for buy shirts online, if I start seeing, let's say, a link which is not about shirts but about, let's say, property or a restaurant, then I'll not like it, right? Or even in shirts,
right,
maybe the top link might be, let's say, some dead link. Let's say I click on this and I land up on a page which is not working. Right. So I'll not enjoy that. Right. So, I mean, the
right,
criteria is that whatever results are coming, they should be trustworthy. They should be good. They should be relevant. They should be expected. They should be in sync with what exactly I was searching. Right. So
right, right.
that is where Google is able to, work it out in a really good ways. And that is why we love Google. Simple. Even though there are like millions of search engines that came and then they went, but Google has something like the algorithm is like that, which actually gives us relevant results. So it is extremely, extremely important for a search engine to maintain this trust factor. Now, as I said, there are two this time two methods, right? One method is basically this, the sponsored one. Okay, I mentioned this part. Okay, this ad and sponsor are the same thing actually. Okay, sponsored and ads are the same thing. Okay, basically they're paying money, and these people are not paying money. Okay, so these people are coming naturally. Okay, so these people are basically doing something which is in accordance with Google, because this property is Google's property, right? So Google is showcasing these results. So that means they are doing something which is in accordance with google.com. Okay, because see, it's basically a two-way thing. Google also wants to showcase the right set of results. Now, in this case here, in the advertisements part, because these people are paying money, so easily it can happen, no, that these people might say that, hey, I'm paying you money, then my link or my website might not even matter to you. Why should it matter? I'll pay you more money. Just display my result at the top. This can happen, right? Yeah. So basically, in this case, if Google will go, why only these 2 3 are ads on? There might be a reason. I mean, why this is not an ad? Because if everything will be advertisement, right, then you will not trust it, right? And just tell me one more thing. So, which is again, I know your answer will be, but then still, let's test this thing. If I'm searching for buy shirts online, which one will you click more, like first? Will you click on this ad or will you click here in these links? Which one do you click? Do
Uh,
you click at the top, or do you click at, like, you scroll down a bit and then you click, let's say, in these links? Yeah, what do you say?
Without without
the
ad.
ad, yeah,
Without ads, right? So
Yeah,
the
sure.
reason is pretty simple, right? So the reason is because you know that this is an ad, this is a promoted thing. So then you know that, okay, these are the links which actually might be more, reliable, natural, organic.
Yeah.
Simple, right? So what
yes,
is the thing? So basically we have, we have come up to this conclusion that trustability is important, and this is a two-way thing. So if let's say Akhila's restaurant, if Akhila is running a restaurant business and her website is up and running, and she actually serves the best continental food, if she actually does that, okay, then the search engine's responsibility is that, yes, if people will be searching for the best continental food in Delhi, then Akhila's result should actually come in. It's as simple as that, because otherwise people will not search on Google, right? Because
yes,
otherwise everyone will be like, hey, no, Google is not saying the right thing. You know what? I'm searching for top 5 places for continental food, but Akhila's restaurant is not turning up. Right, but then
Right.
it is the best place. Everyone says that, yeah, we have been to that place, we love that place, it's a brilliant place, right? So then you'll stop trusting upon Google. So it for Google, it is extremely important that the results should be fine. At the same time, because it's ultimately it's a business, it needs to earn money also, right? That is why it needs to run these advertisements also. Otherwise, I mean, where will Google earn money from? Right. So this is the place they earn money from. Okay. And these are the actual results, because the purpose of a search engine is to display results across a search query. Simple. So google.com was built to address to people's problem of not being able to find stuff. Right. So they basically
Right.
built a place from where you can get information about any and everything. And that is what a search engine is. Like this, you can search, it's an engine to search anything and everything, and you get the relevant results. Okay. And with time they realized that they were not making money, so they had to open up a like advertisement section. So this is how they're monetizing it. They're earning money because TataClick is paying them, these people are paying them. So that's why this is there. But then still you guys trust upon these because as per Google, these are the best results across the search query. Right. As I said,
Right.
it's a two-way thing. Okay, two-way thing in the sense that Jabong.com, I mean, this page actually is also might be doing something which is in sync with the with Google. Okay, so with the search engine, that is why it is actually it is at the top, right? Otherwise, why is this Jabong at the top? Amazon is at the second. I mean, why is like Amazon not at the first organic result position? And there might be some reason, right? There might be something. Okay,
Right.
how is this? How is this? Positioning being done? Like, why this one is at the top? Why Yapni's result is coming here? Why Monique is here? Something like that, right? So we will
Right.
deconstruct every damn thing. Like, why is it happening like that? Okay. So for the time being, we will concentrate upon only the organic section, this part. So right now we'll not talk about the ad part till here. So ads, over here also there are some ads, and over here also there are some advertisements. So let's try to focus upon this part, this region, which is the all natural organic results,
Organic.
right? Okay, so we'll be focusing upon this thing. It's clear, right, guys? Akila, Nidhish, just if you will have any query,
Sure.
just start putting upon the chat. We will
Yes.
not continue till the time everything will be clear.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay,
Sure. Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure, brilliant. So, as I was saying, that we'll be concentrating on the first, only the organic results for the time being. So basically the idea is that I mean the entire organic listing. I mean we call this organic listing, natural listing. Okay, on the search engine. This is listing only, right? Like I mean. When people are searching, some data is being fetched from somewhere and it is actually being showcased to you over here, right? So it's kind of a listing only, and this listing is governed by search engine, search engine which is Google, okay, and the concept which it comes under is called search engine optimization, okay.
Okay.
Basically optimizing. For example, as Akila, if I'm running a restaurant business, then obviously I cannot be at the top of the, let's say I build any damn website, like, without considering, like I just made a simple website. Okay. Can I expect my website to be at the top, like when people are searching for continental food directly? No, I'll have to do certain tweaks, certain things. Obviously, I'll have to build my website according to the guidelines given by Google, because Google cannot show any random website. Google also has got certain rules and regulations that, hey, Google says to all that, hey, okay, your website is good, but then I have my terms and conditions. Then only, I'll whitelist you, otherwise I'll blacklist you. Simple, right? So
Right.
Google has laid down certain terms and conditions, which all the website developers or administrators have to follow. Okay, if we follow that, then Google actually says that, okay, now you are eligible to be present on my search results. Simple. So it's a two-way thing. Okay, the requirement is at the both the ends. So search engine also wants a website to be there on the, when people are searching for it. However, a search engine, which is Google, cannot display like a stupid website. So Google will make sure that, okay, you know what, like a website should be good, because when a user will actually click on a link and visit the landing page, homepage, then he or she should not be disappointed. So your quality of the website boss should be good. This is what Google says. Okay, and what is the definition? What is the criteria or the metric to be good? We'll discuss that. That what exactly Google means when it says that, hey, your website should be good, then only I'll display. Okay. At the same time, the requirement is at the end of the client also. Like for example, Akhila also, because Akhila also wants, because she knows that people are online on searching on Google. Then obviously she wants that her results should be there. So the requirement is both ways, right? So both of the stakeholders, which is the search engines and the the client, basically, or a customer like us, like advertiser, as a matter of fact. Okay, both the people, they actually try their best to collaborate and work in sync with each other. The concept is called search engine optimization, which is nothing but optimizing for the search engine. That's it, nothing else. So optimizing optimizing a search engine for a search query. Okay, so whenever people are searching for it, I need to be present. That is what the search engine optimization is. Optimizing my website so that it is present when people are searching for me. Simple, as simple as that. Okay, so that is the concept of search engine optimization is, okay, in a very broad way. Okay, so as I said, guys, that there are certain rules and regulations that Google has defined. Okay, and it says it has laid down pretty well. They are pretty well defined that this is how a website should be. This is how you should build a website. Okay, and these are the reasons because of which I'll put your website at the top, and these are the reasons you'll not be able to be at the top. Right, so they are like huge, like so many of them. But then let's try to understand, the most important ones, because the most basic, but at the same time most important ones, because conceptually we need to understand that, right? So let's do that. Okay, so first of all, when we search for something, so such a thing happens. So so the time being, will not concentrate on this part. Okay, that part we'll only concentrate on the natural part. Okay, so don't concentrate on these parts right now. We'll come to that later. Okay, after 2 classes. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah. So basically, let's try to understand a bit more from the point of view of let's take a very live example again, a real life example. Okay, so basically the idea is that Google wants to showcase the best results. So we have actually validated that part. Okay, so Google wants to showcase the best results as per the search query one. Okay, now how does Google define that what is best? Right. So one, obviously, as I said, they have defined some rules and regulations that, hey, your website should look like this. Website should have all these elements, right? You should not be putting up these stuffs on the website. It should be properly done, because when my when I'll be visiting, when Google will be making an audit of the websites, okay, then it should be able to crawl the website. So Google basically crawls the website. I'll be coming to that, don't worry. So Google basically crawls the website and then it builds a database. Okay, we'll come to that, don't worry. Right? For the time being, just try to understand that what Google is trying to do is, Google is saying that, hey, I need to know if you are good or not. Then only I'll showcase your result on my search. Simple. How does it make sure that if you're good or not? One, it sees that if this person or this client or this customer or this marketer or webmaster, whatever, is following the guidelines that I, as a Google, have, I defined or not. If I define certain guidelines, they need to be followed. One. Secondly, okay, how popular this person is. Okay. Secondly, how popular this person is. So Google has got its method to understand the popularity. Right. So let's try to think from this point of view. Right. For example, let's say we'll take Zubin only. Zubin. If let's say Zubin is pretty popular. Okay, pretty popular in the sense, let's say Subin has got like 5,000 followers on Twitter. So whatever Subin says, then those 5,000 people, they follow that, and then they retweet, and then they talk about it basically. And let's say after some time Subin becomes more popular, right? And something, let's say he's in some business, like let's say some entertainment business, and he's some biggie, anyone, right? Point is, the more you will be popular, the more people will start following you, more people will start trusting you, right? Are you getting what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, right.
The
Yeah,
more
yeah,
popular
yeah.
person is, the more popular person is, the more we trust that person. Simple, in a positive way, right?
Yes,
And
yes, yes.
so I just Google also follows the same fundamental, right? The more popular, I mean, so basically let's take it the other way around. So more number of followers a person is having, okay. So that
Yes,
means this person is more trustable.
trustable.
Simple,
Yep,
as
yep.
simple as that. So more number of people are talking about it. So more this guy is trustable, right? So then for Google also, it's like yeah, this person is trustable. So in the website also, when it comes to the digital platform, the same concept Google applies, the concept of trustability. So Google checks that how many people are actually talking about you, how many people are following you. So let's say if you are Flipkart.com, how many people actually visit your website daily? How many people are talking every day about you on Facebook? How many people are talking about you on a blog? Right. So more
Yeah,
number of people will be talking about you or sharing things about you or discussing you, right? Then Google tries to assess this concept. Okay. Anyway, so basically I've talked about two things here, guys. Okay. One thing I said is that Google checks if a particular website or a web, a web, a digital, a web administrator is following certain guidelines or not. One, and secondly, if this this business owner or this business is popular or not. These are the two guidelines which you need to follow. So, I mean, not following any one of it also will make it bad. So, if let's say you're popular, but then your website sucks, right? Then, I mean, sucks in the sense that your website is not in accordance with the Google guidelines, then you will never appear on the Google search results. Maybe you're popular on, let's say, on your blog or something, but then if if your website is not good, then you will never be able to be there at the top of the search engine result pages, right? And the same thing happens the other way around. So if you are, let's say, your website is good, but then your popularity is not there, then Google will not value you. Okay, again, your results will not be displayed at the top of the search results. So both the things, they work in sync. Okay, so we call these things by the name of on-page SEO, and the second thing is called off-page SEO. Okay, so on-page SEO, this basically is are the things that come under SEO only. Okay, so this is like the subheadings of basically two part SEO. Basically is of two types: on-page SEO and off-page SEO. On-page SEO basically are the things that you do on your website so that your website gets discoverable. So these things that you do on your website, these things are in accordance with the Google guidelines. Google has laid down certain terms and conditions and guidelines that okay, you need to develop your website like this, then only it will be there. So there are things which you are supposed to do on your website, okay, and so that your website gets discoverable. Simple, right? So those concepts come under the on-page SEO here, right?
right, right.
Then there are things which you can do beyond your website, which you don't do on your website. For example, you might be very active on Facebook, right? Let's say you have a business page there on Facebook and you make it popular. Then Google sees that. Let's say you're pretty popular on Twitter, Instagram. So Google sees that. Let's say, thousands of people are writing about you on their personal blogs. Let's say thousands of news websites are talking about you. Yeah, so Google sees that. So these basically are the factors which are off page, and they come under the off page SEO. Okay, on page SEO is about relevance. Okay, I mean it has to be relevant as per the guidelines laid down by Google.
Yes.
Off page SEO is about, what is it about? What did I say? What do you say? I mentioned this thing. Off-page SEO is about, yes,
Yeah, like Facebook sharing, etc.
it is popularity.
Popularity.
Simple. So the more popular you are, Google sees that and it gives you the credit for that you're popular. Simple, right?
Yeah.
Concept is clear, both of you?
Yes, clearly.
Sir, sir.
All of you? Anyone is having any issue? Yeah.
No,
Anyone?
sir.
No, sir? No? Brilliant.
No.
Just a sec. Awesome. Brilliant, guys. That's good. So, guys, let's do a quick small recap. So, what we have done, like we have tried to understand what a search engine is, okay, and we still will be covering. We still don't know how search engine actually works, which I'll be telling you now. But then we've tried to establish that what exactly a search engine work is, and how do you believe on a trust, and how the concept of trust is very important. Okay, the reason that you trust Google and you don't actually go to any other website because you believe that Google is showing expected results. So this is a trust that you've generated, right? So it's extremely important. Then we have tried to establish the two types of optimization techniques, which is on-page SEO and off-page SEO. On-page SEO is basically about the relevance, and off-page SEO is about the popularity. There's something called search query. There's something called search query, which basically is something that we search as a user, if you think, and across this search query, a lot of results appear. I mean, that's a responsibility of search engine to throw the maximum, results with the maximum relevance. Right. So that is what the responsibility of a search engine is. Clear?
Yeah.
This much is clear.
Yes.
So let's try to pick up the on-page SEO first of all. So we'll come to the off-page SEO after some time. So we'll take up the on-page SEO and we'll move ahead. Okay. Let's try to see what this thing is. So as I said, guys, that on-page is about relevance. Okay. When I say relevance, I mean to say things that you do which actually are in sync with the guidelines by Google. So Google actually has laid out certain guidelines. Okay, let's try to figure out what they are. But then before that, let's try to understand practical. Let's deconstruct it from the practical results. Okay, because theoretically you will not understand well. Practically you will understand it better, right? So let's say when I was searching for this now, buy shirts online. I just said that we are not considering the ads part, so I'm just scrolling down. Now try to see this part, okay? This part. So this is one of the result, okay?
Yeah.
First of all, do you see this drop down here? Okay. This drop down, have you ever clicked on it? Anyone? Yeah. Has anyone clicked here ever?
No.
No, sir. No, sir.
So when we do this, do you see what is written here? No?
Sure. That is disappear on.
Okay. Can anyone guess what I'm trying to come to? Okay, it's okay if you won't be able to, but then see, from this thing, the current page could have changed in meantime. Yeah. So
Yeah,
basically, what it means is that these results are not real time. Okay. So so the results are coming from certain database. So maybe Google is storing things at some places, and then when a search query is actually running, Google is trying to fetch that data from its stored database. So it is saying that it is a snapshot of the page. It is not the real-time page. Maybe some developer, if let's say a developer is working on it, so this was scrolled at 5:57 GMT. Okay, so you need to see that what is this in IST, and so I think it's how much will that be? I think it's morning 10 o'clock, I guess. But if I'm not wrong, I think morning 11 o'clock. So this page has been crawled, it has been stored by Google at morning 11 o'clock, right? And
yeah.
I don't know, like you guys can work it out that what exactly this will be in IST, and this basically is a copy of that page. This is not the actual page. So if some changes might have been there, they are not visible to me, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so not visible to me in the sense that this website will have the changes, but then the search result which I was seeing, this text, that maybe this text might have changed. Oh, sorry, not this one here. Maybe this is something that was being crawled, let's say 10 hours back. Maybe this stuff, whatever is written here, might have changed. Maybe when I'll reach that website, I might see something else written instead of this thing. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Are you getting what I'm saying? So let's say some developer might have worked, they might have changed it. Okay. And same is the case with this. So you guys, so these are the cached results. They're not the real-time results. So how does the concept of search engine works, guys? Basically, what happens is that before going to guidelines, well, let's try to understand how search engine works. Okay. So what happens is that there is something called a Google crawler. Okay. Crawler is nothing but a piece of code. Nothing. It's a simple piece of code, and its responsibility, its job is to discover new content on internet. Simple, right? So how does it happen is that this piece of code, it travels internet and it tries to locate new content, fresh content. Okay. So how does it happen? Let's say, let me just close this. Not this. Let's click here. Okay. So how does that happen? The crawler basically, let's say, came to this website. So the crawler basically, the role of the crawler is to crawl, to discover the new content. So let's say crawler discovered this page about Jabong. Okay. Let's say the jabong.com was the first page it actually visited to. Then the way crawler works is that crawler basically follows links that are there on this page, this home page basically. So let's say crawler basically goes from top to bottom. Okay. So let's say crawler reached basically this page, and then how will it go? It will check, okay, this is something written. Okay, then it will keep storing this data. Okay, so it will keep crawling. Then it saw that, okay, there are so many hyperlinks. It will follow the hyperlink, and then it will store, it will add it will keep building its database likewise. Right. This is the reason why we have a navigation menu on the very first, at the top. I mean, you might have questioned it, that why this navigation menu is at the top, why it is not there in the bottom here. Right. The reason that we have this at the top, and the reason it is considered as a good design, is because the crawler starts from the top, and crawler discovers the maximum, the content with the help of the hyperlinks, and it follows the content. So the moment it will go to women, it will find all the content that is related to women. This way, my entire website will be crawled by the Google crawler easily. So my idea is my priority is that if crawler is coming to my website, I want my website to be shown to that crawler entirely. Every single page of mine which I want to be visible to crawler, it should be crawled by the crawler, because then only it will be discoverable on Google, right? Let's say in my website I can have, let's say, hundreds and thousands of pages, and I want, if let's say out of 500 pages in totality, let's say 300 pages are not crawled, then that means I'm losing out somewhere, right? Like I have that much of content, but still I'm not getting present. Are you guys getting what I'm saying? Are you guys following?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the concept is that the crawler comes to the platform, okay, and crawler follows. So basically, crawling is the step one. Okay. So once the crawling is done, okay, then there's step two, which is basically storing. So the data has been crawled by a crawler. Let's say crawler came to Akila's website, and after that, it has crawled every data, everything, and then it stores this data basically at a particular database, right? At a particular place. So all the data is stored, right? So it was crawled by the crawler, and then it was stored at a place, right? And after the storing is done, okay, this storing is done, then there's a step 3. It is indexed. I mean, like a book basically. Okay, so let's say from Flipkart.com, the entire data was crawled, and then it will be indexed that, okay, this one is for shoes, this link is for books. So if someone is searching for books, okay, I'll be throwing these results. So Google has got a very advanced algorithm that actually does the indexing. It's basically very much like a novel or something. You have a top, like the topic of contents at the top. That is how the indexing happens. So data is crawled, data is then stored, and then it is indexed as per the various assortments and the categories. Are you guys getting what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes.
these are the 3 steps which the search engine follows normally. So we're just trying to understand conceptually. So actually, it is very complex. So we're not going to go into that thing. We are digital marketers. We are not developers. Okay. So digital marketing you'll understand from the marketing perspective, not from the development perspective. Okay, so you need to understand it from the marketing perspective, because as a marketer, you will have a technical team always with you, but then to make them work, to make them understand, you need to know what exactly the terms or the things are, because a tech person will not know how the crawling works, but then you will know how a crawling works, like what exactly is the fundamental of crawling, what will Google see, what will Google not see. Simple. But tech person will know how to do it technically. Simple.
Yep.
So as digital marketers, our role is to understand it from the marketing point of view. That because see, if I run a business, if I'm Akila, so if Akila has to run this business, then she wants to be very sure, that her website should be there. And how will it be there? If the digital marketing is done in a proper way, if it is discoverable, right? And there will be a tech person who will take part of the technical aspects, because you cannot do every damn thing, right? So yeah, so the concept is clear, right? The search engine working and all that. So crawling happens, then the storing, the data is stored, which proves that it is not real time. Okay, and I showed you that how it is not the real time data. Okay, so you can easily see that because the data is cache version. It is not the real time version. So there might be in the search result, I might see something, but actually in the website that might not even be available. So let's try to go back to example again. So let's say I'm searching for buy shirts online, okay? So let's say I'm searching this, okay? Now, when I'm here on this part, let's try to see that this let's try to assess this link here. Okay, now I'm on this page, okay? So let's try to assess this page, break it down. Okay, okay, this is the URL. Okay, this is fine. This is the navigation bar menu. Okay, so do you see this thing, guys? I took my mouse at the top here, and I see something written.
Yeah, catch yourself, man.
Yeah, you guys can read this, right? So what is this thing written?
Yeah, the same thing.
It's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the
Yes,
same
yes.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you see that this thing that we are just seeing? This is in the maximum font size. This is the bold, like the biggest size that I see on this page. Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that is the biggest font on this page.
Yeah.
What does it mean? It might be something important, right?
Yeah.
It has to, that means it is, yeah, it means that it has to be important, right? So this basically what exactly is the page title. It's a title. It's the title is the name of the page, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So that is how, obviously, if I have to know Subin, so I need to know his name, right? Like, okay, this is Subin. Okay, so that's his name actually. So that's how I'm gonna call this person. Simple. If Nidhish is there, I need to call him by the name Nidhish, right? Simple. It's very obvious. So digital marketing works in a very natural way. So you think of it from a real time, the way we actually deal with things in the in reality. Okay. So this is the name of the page. So obviously it has to be the most important thing. Okay. So when I was searching for buy shirts online, what Google did is that Google tried to find out the name of the page. So Google has actually given the maximum weightage to the name. So you see that I was searching for shirts for men, right? Buy shirts online. So these shirts, there's online here. Okay. And then there should be buy also. Oh, here, this is buy. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
if I'll try to see that link again, you'll see that all these things are there. Buy is also there, shirt is also there, and online is also there. And over here, you will see that this buy shirts and online are bolded. So let's try to see the second thing. This is the URL, right? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how many times do you see shirts written in this URL?
2 times.
1, 2. Okay.
Yeah.
And which actually tells us, which actually proves that, okay, URL is also very important because it is coming at it is taking the second position. So the first position was taken by the page title. Okay. The second position is taken by the URL. Now try to see this URL here. What is this part? Do you see this? This is just a subdirectory actually. Okay. There is just some coding thing. Why this result is at the top and this result is at the bottom? See, even here there is buy, there is shirts, and there is online. Okay, and
Yeah.
also over here also there is shirts, there is also buy and then online. But then in the case of Jabong, the URL is very communicative. I mean, whatever I was searching for, it's not having stupid data like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what
Yes.
does it mean? It means that when we are creating our URLs, we need to be extremely communicative. Normal, like language. It should be language based. English. Yeah. So if the page is about shirts, it should say shirts. It should not say UTF and Node and all that. Google does not understand that. Simple, right?
Yeah.
Get what I'm saying?
Right.
So when you're creating your when you're creating your website, make sure that your page title is good, like as per what people will be searching. So people will be searching for casual shirts for men. So then this page will appear because people, Google will match it up with the stored and indexed content that it already has. Yeah, and then it will also check your URL. I mean, the URL should be proper, like communicative. Simple, right? The URL has to be good. See, these URLs will not work. They are bad URLs.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the reason it will never be at the top. That is the reason Jabong will remain at the top. There are various other reasons also, but this is one of the reasons, very important reason actually. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So page title, then is the URL of the page, then there's something written here. Okay. Let's try to see what this is. Okay. Let's go on to this page again. So how do we go to the page source? You guys are technical people. I think you'll understand it. You guys are from the engineering background, no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
just right click and press the source code.
Yeah. What is the other method? If I don't do right click.
Right click.
If I don't do right click, what is the other method? Anyone? What is the shortcut for that?
What? In order to take new window or something.
So Matthews is BCom. It's okay, Matthews. No problem. I mean, this course does not require technical skill at all. So it's okay. Matthews. And I'm just trying to make you a bit aware about it so that there's nothing wrong in learning something new, right? So it's simple. It's Control plus U. Okay. Control plus U. Yeah?
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
So Matthews, don't be afraid of the code because we don't have to do this thing. Okay, so don't be afraid or don't get intimidated by a lot of things coming on the screen. It's absolutely fine. I'm going to tell you what exactly we're looking for, right? So we saw that we were searching for this part, right? Let's try to see what this is. So this I've just copied this part, okay, and I'm just gonna find this thing here. And I could not find it because they might have used some coding part. Let's try to see. Or they might have even changed this part because this is not a real-time thing. Maybe they might have changed this content. Okay, I'm not able to find it. Let's leave this. Now, this basically, let's try to find this. I think this is the thing written here, no? This is the thing, right? Buy men's casual shirts, slim fit, regular fit. Let's try to do that again. Buy men's casual shirts, slim fit, regular fit, shirts all in India. Huge range of shirts for men. Huge range of shirts for men at Jabong.com. Fast shipping, cash on delivery. It's the same thing, right?
Yes.
So, which makes it evident that this is something important, right? What is this thing? This is meta description. So which proves that our meta description is extremely important for us. Simple. Right? So this is not directly visible on the website, but then we saw that it is actually there. Like it is here, right? I mean, it is getting crawled by Google. So all this is also the meta only. Okay, for every result, this is also meta, right? So which proves that metas are very extremely important, right? So it is not there on
Right.
visible directly to the user, but from the website perspective, this is extremely important. So when you're designing a website, you need to make sure that your metas are good. Simple. I'm like obviously in addition to your URLs and page title, obviously, then your metas also need to be good. Simple, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Concept clear? Yeah. Now
Yeah.
let's try to assess a bit more. Uh, so these are some more links that are appearing. So this basically are the like some more link. Right? They'll take you to the individual page. So this is again done technically. So if there are links, these are called breadcrumbs actually. So if there are links which I can, which people can go back directly to, then it's a pretty good thing. So you need to have more number of breadcrumbs. So technically it is called breadcrumbs. So when you are dealing with a tech guy, you need to tell the person that, okay, my website should be built in a way so that, people can actually go discover with the help of breadcrumbs easily. Right.
Yeah.
Lastly, thing. So let's jot it down, otherwise we'll forget. Yeah. So first thing, what was the most important thing? It was the page
Page
title, right?
title.
Then there was URL, yeah. Then there was
Meta tag. Description.
description. Okay. There's something called meta keywords also, which though did not came in, but again is very important. So let's try to find it here. This was the meta name viewport. Let's try to find. This is the one.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
So this is also very important. Okay, so this needs to be filled because these are the keywords with the help of which Google would have indexed us. So the indexing is happening because of these keywords. Okay, so I have mentioned that my keywords are, let's say, casual fit shirts and all that thing. Whatever represents. So there's a comma in the middle, and then I'm just telling certain keywords. So Google has indexed my website as per these keywords.
Okay.
Right. Now, there's one more thing which I would like to tell you that Google, we understand that crawler comes to the website and it goes to every hyperlink, it tries to discover more and more content, and then in this way it crawls the entire website, which makes it very important for your website to be interconnected. All the pages should be interconnected so that all the pages should be reached by Google's crawler easily. Okay. If there will be a page which cannot be reached from anywhere, okay, then Google crawler will not be able to crawl it. I mean, it will be able to, but then it will take some time. So if you want your website to be crawled quickly in the one go, then you need to have all your website well connected, well navigation. So that is why navigation is extremely important. So we call it a web UI, UI UX.
UI UX. Okay.
So your website's UI and UX, basically user interface, right? So it should be really good. And that's good in the sense it should be navigational. There should be hyperlinks that should be working. There should be good landing pages. Landing pages means that a landing page is any page that you land upon when you click upon a link. Okay, so it is the any page. For example, if I'm on searching for something, and let's just a sec. Clicking on this and I'm reaching this page, so this is a landing page for me. It can be any page, it can be home page, it can be homeware page, it can be brand page, whatever, like it depends, right? Yeah. So landing page is basically a page that I land upon once I click upon a link, right? So my landing page should be good. If this landing page should be bad, no, so Google will disregard me because good in the sense like it should be aesthetically fine. It should be relevant in the sense that because see, we're talking about the on-page SEO right now. Currently, the relevance matters. Okay, so relevance in the sense that whatever the search query was, no, and whatever your page title was. Let's say this page title is about. I mean, the name of the page is homeware. Then this content also should be about homeware. It should not be about, let's say, cars or bikes or something. Okay, so if that will be the case, then Google will discard you. Simple, right? So that way, my UI UX, that is our landing pages should be relevant. Okay. Then the next thing is that Google cannot read images. The Google crawler can only crawl text. Simple. Okay. So if there are like a lot of images on the website, then how will Google like know what is what? Yeah. Right. So
Yes.
let's say this is an image, right? So this is an image. Okay. This is
Yeah.
an image. This is an image. Okay. But then if Google will come, Google will not read. For Google, it is nothing. It's a blank. Okay. So there is a way. Anyone knows how we define an image in HTML? Anyone?
Uh, IMGSRC.
Yeah. Anyone know this thing? Alt tag, alt text. Yeah. So there is a tag called alt tag. Okay. So if I go to the page source, let's try to find it out. Okay. Or the better way is let's do the inspect thing. Yeah. So what I've done is that I've actually this time. I've actually I did a right click on an image and I have reached here. Okay. So what I'm trying to do is that this is the image. Okay. So this is the source of the image. So I can find the image from here directly. This is basically the image that is stored in the database. Okay.
Okay.
So you can find the image like this. So now the only image will appear. Okay. So for Google, this is how the image is like. Okay. And now this image cannot be understood by Google. So that is why there is an alternative tag, which is this alt tag. Okay. ALT. Okay. And they have actually, so Jabong has made basically a class for that. So I think that is how they've defined it. But then if you'll see the other website, let's try to find it on Jabong. Okay, no, this was not Jabong. Let's try to find it here. Let's see for this image. So this is the image. Okay.
Yep.
And so they have also not defined the alt, which is not a good thing for this part. I think it will be there if I go inside. So let's try to check it here in the product page actually. So if I now say it, so this is the image and where is the alt tag? So they've not defined alt properly. Let's just a sec. Matthew, don't be afraid, okay? It's okay. If you like, the only thing I'm saying is that basically you have to define an image with the help of an alternative text. Okay, I'm just trying to find one. If I'll be able to get one, it's good. Otherwise, I'll showcase later. Just a sec. Let me find it out. Okay, let's try to see another website because these two people have not done that, which is not a good thing actually. Let's try to see here if they have done or not. See this one. Do you see this one here?
Yeah.
So this is the source of the image, and then they have defined this image that what exactly that image is. Congratulations, PV Sindhu, in the alt tag. This part.
Okay.
You see this?
Yes.
Yeah, this line here. So basically, the image, they're defining this image, which is this image. You can see in the shorter version of it. Okay, and this image they're defining. This is the image that just came, and this image they're defining, and they're saying that if Google crawler will come, no, Google crawler, this image means this. Congratulations, PV Sindhu. So if someone will search for PV Sindhu, no, so this page will become discoverable. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's why this is important. So in the earlier cases, these people have not done that, which actually is not a good thing. They should have done the alt tagging. Okay, and So this Flipkart is doing well here. So Flipkart has defined it in a proper way. Yeah, so if I'll do alt tag for this image, no? So if we change, see Lenovo Vibe K5 Plus. Right, so this is the product here, Lenovo Vibe. So the image will not be recognized by the Google crawler, but then the alt tag, with the help of alt tag, it will be visible. Right, obviously, see, without images it will not work, right? So images have to be there. So, but then Google crawler cannot read images. So there is an alternative way, which is the alt tag. Okay, so which means that alt tag or alt text is extremely important if we are doing the SEO. Okay, so all these things, guys, they come under the concept of on page, right? So a good page title has to be there. Page title is the name of the page. I'm just doing a quick recap. Name of the page has to be unique. So for example, this is one page. Let me close it down. If I will, let's say, go to cameras, this is page 2 or another page. Let's say, if I'll go to another link, there will be another page. So that way a website can have multiple pages, let's say thousands of pages, 500 pages, or n number of pages. So every single page will have a unique name, because if there will be two different URLs, okay, with same name, same page title, for Google, they will be the duplicate content. As a matter of fact, if two different URLs will have the same content also, let's say there is URL called /mobile apps, then there is a URL called, let's say, some mobile app / something else, okay? Then these two URLs, if they will be having the same content also, for Google, it is the content duplicacy, something totally discarded by Google. Okay? So content duplicacy is basically two URLs having the same content. Any two URLs, be it in this website, be it, let's say, flipkart.com /mobile app is absolutely similar to, let's say, snapdeal.com /mobile apps. Though that means it's a content duplicacy. And in that case, both the website are brought down. That page, not website, web page. So both the two web pages will be discarded by Google. Are you getting what I'm saying? Yeah, we'll discuss that later. Yeah. So I think conceptually this is fine. So what we have done till now is that we have tried to understand what the on-page SEO is, right? And on-page SEO is about relevance. I've been saying this thing. It's a bit technical because you need the help of technical person to take care of it. There are various other factors which I'll be telling you. For example, you might have seen that various times, when you Control C and copy this and you try to share it on Facebook, right? So let me just open it. So when I do go on Facebook and let's say, better. So if I've pasted it, it will not appear. Yeah. So what Facebook is doing is that trying to crawl the data. Do you see this? So after the crawling, basically there is some text that has appeared, some links that has appeared. So this is done automatically. This is getting crawled automatically. So the Facebook's algorithm is crawling this time. Got it, right? Okay. Yeah. So just imagine I had put this URL, and if I would have gotten some other image which probably was not relevant, or maybe the size was not good, or maybe the text would have been bad. Yeah. This happens, right? A lot of times we try to share something and then some stupid image appears here and we have to change the image. Have you guys noticed that ever?
Yeah.
So these things are very important because we can take care of it with the help of OG tags. There's something called, you don't have to learn this thing, but just try to understand it because if you will be telling a developer, they need to be knowing that there's something called OG tags, small O, small g tags, that they need to follow. And OG tags basically are nothing but they are certain tags which define that for every single page, when it will be shared or the URL will be pasted somewhere, what will be the default image or text that will be crawled. Simple. Okay, so it is crawled accordingly. So we have done the on-page part. We'll be continuing with the off-page part tomorrow. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. Just try to read certain stuff online. So I'll be telling you certain material. I mean, there's nothing else. Actually, just try to learn on-page SEO on Google. Just read random stuff. Okay, bye bye. See you tomorrow. Yeah. Have a good
Yeah.
Saturday. Yeah.